My name is Duncan Alderdice, and hold on. I don't like that one as much. My name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I'm making these videos is to document the journey I take as I become who I am by making small improvements to my life every single day. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you about the 6 small improvements. We'll call it 5 small improvements. I'm going to tell you about the 5 small improvements I have made to my life in the past 24 hours, and then give an update on just other things that I'm currently working on. Hold on. Okay, 7, because that one's actually a good, I think that's a better way of describing what I'm doing with these videos. Because the point of these videos is just kind of like, to document the journey I take, but like it's building to a coaching business sort of idea. So then it just kind of is, the point of this video is to serve as a nurture aspect of like ads says like, hey, buy my thing. And then you're like, who's that? So you click on, you go like, who's that? Then you get these videos and I tell you, I'm this, and this is what I do. And you're like, what were you selling me again? Or trying to get me to see if I was interested in? Like the service and community that like facilitates your own personal development. It's like, well, the guy who is building that community and coaching those people is doing the same thing he's helping the other people do. I now trust it, then that makes the person willing to do it. Okay, cool. Well, fuck, what did I say though? Good thing that these are recorded. Number 1, I cleaned my room. Now, it might still seem from the limited part that you can see that this isn't fully clean, and I would agree with you, and technically it is an apartment, but there were plenty of fucking boxes over there, and there's just trash, there's pizza boxes that were building up, and in cleaning it, funny enough, what actually happens when that happens is your mind feels a bit more clear. And more specifically, the behaviors that I've associated with a cleaner environment are more productive and less destructive. And those are the types of things that I'm trying to do. So that's fantastic. Secondly, I told the truth. Now, I'm going to tell the truth again right here. When I said I was sick, I lied. I have, since I drank on the 31st, then drank every single day up until yesterday. Yes. And so the reason I was throwing up and was super sick is because I was hungover because I was on an 11-day bender. And the reason I was on an 11-day bender is because after the first night going out, it happened to be the wrong time. And I went out and saw that there were other people I recognized. And that turned a night into a day, and then the day into the weekend blended. And then the weekend blended into curing the hangover when getting through work, and then spending the evening kind of doing it, and then the weekend again, and then fucking shit. So when I say tell the truth, I go like, I want to tell the truth right here because the company I'm trying to build, the values are like rigorous authenticity, impeccable speech, fuck, twice in a row. Not that one. Rigorous authenticity and lead with the truth, or the truth first, something of that idea. And so it would be a crime, a conflict of those. Like, I wouldn't be a role model, an example of those values if I did not practice them. So I'm doing that here. And it's interesting because it was more specifically my sales manager, who I didn't tell, that I felt the most guilt about. Well, I did feel guilty yesterday. It's funny because I know he watches these videos, and I didn't fully articulate it because I knew that he would be seeing it at some point. But then instead it was like, I mean, he asked it out of me, like he got it out of me, but I told him, and then felt better. So it's like, oh yeah, right. That's why I like telling the truth. It's because you don't feel as stressed. You don't feel like you're hiding something. You don't have to remember where you are. It's like, I am exactly where I am, not in this fake world I'm trying to create. So that's good. Did that. That felt better. Cleaned my room, told the truth. Secondly, as I went for a walk after work, which is a habit I had been doing for a bit, and was a nice end to the day. I don't believe I'm going to go out on a walk after work today, but I might later, because it's kind of rainy right now, and it is much later because there was a coaching call that I had that I'm recording after. I don't know, whatever. As well, okay, so and then this next one might not be so much a small improvement in as much as it is a small adjustment or small idea that helps me get to where I'd like to go. 1 day recordings recorded on school of the school group I'm doing. For those of you who don't know what that means, there are recordings of the same type of people who own and have built the same kind of business I'm trying to build, talking about the things that they've learned and are going through. In those recordings, what I learned is that having the course might not be the biggest challenge and the biggest value of the community, but it actually is the community aspect of it. Interestingly enough. So like I'm working on the goals course, and then I also want to make a personality sort of thing, but I don't know if those are actually what people want from it. And I shouldn't try to build something people don't want, but I should try to build something that people do want and then do more of that thing and stop doing the other things. I'm at the beginning, so I don't know. So it's still conceptual. So I think the better idea is to make a course on something, maybe make multiple, but adding more content isn't what, and then getting people's feedback. I think that's more what it is. I think it's less so like there needs to be a continuous dialogue between you and your customer, you and the person you're helping out, like back and forth always, to make sure that you're on the same page, so that you don't build yourself into building a thing that nobody actually wants, but you just thought people wanted, which is not the good thing. Now that's not a reason why I can just procrastinate making the course. I need to do that. This is actually it's a work-related thing. So I'm currently working as an account executive for a company, Plantswell, and one thing that I am committed to do today, and I'm still doing, is there's a document. It's a way to handle objections, an effective way of doing so, or an effective way. That's how it is. A predictable and repeatable way that sometimes works. The step one was, don't just accept someone's objection, and if they say I want to follow up, I want to think about it, just go like, okay, try. I tried that. Did I do it in a repeatable and a consistent and repeatable way? No. I asked for the business. Like, I did try. Did it ever work? No. What's more than never working? Sometimes. Does sometimes mean every time? No, it doesn't. But if me trying it the way that I want to do it didn't work, then I'd be an idiot or an arrogant buffoon to continue doing it that way. Yes, I know the way that I am is like I have to do it my way first, just because I am the way that I am, but I'm not resistant to not open, resistant. I'm not resistant to new ideas. I just have to feel like I did it. There's something there. There's a benefit to that, but there's also a drawback to that. And so I need to make sure to manage that. If there's benefit, drawback, there's a dichotomy to be managed. That's what that implies. So then, the next step is like, at least have the tab open and try to follow the cadence of it. So far, it has been, well, it's interesting because it hasn't been effective in closing anyone yet. But it has been effective of kind of digging a bit deeper. And it has been effective of kind of like I'm not actually, I haven't mastered it yet. I think that's more what it is. But at least I can say with confidence that I did try in a way beyond just asking it in a half-assed way. Like, I asked it and failed at a consistent and repeatable way at overcoming the objection. Which again is, I don't know if you can see my hands or not. We were at like, just accept the objection, at least trying it in a consistent, repeatable way, mastering every objection like a certified closer. I am Grant Cardone. We're on this stage. But so I'm doing that because that will lead to more business, because sometimes people want help making the decision they'd like to make for themselves. That will help them. Like, I'm not hurting people by getting people to actually sign up for the program. That's the thing. Sometimes people say, I want to think about it, really means I don't want to talk to you anymore. Sometimes I want to think about it really means I feel uncomfortable pushing past the fear of the amount of money I need to invest into the program that has the potential to change my life. And that's my job. That's what a sales conversation is. Not, you don't know about this thing, I know about this thing, I've now convinced you need this thing, thank you for all that money, but it is, I have a problem, I have that solution, I'd like to help you understand that problem, the hand gestures for off, I needed to do a different one. I'm not convincing somebody of something that I'm not manipulating somebody into believing that they're sick. I'm a doctor with medication. I'm finding people with these symptoms and finding these sick people and then helping them make the decision to buy the medication that will help them in the long run. So that's cool. I think I'm committed to. As well as the last call that I had, the coaching call, was a more, like, it was exploring the personality test and the person's results to that. They enjoyed that. They thought it was interesting. Things I've learned is that it dominated the entirety of the coaching call. So then that might have to be a separate thing. What I'm thinking is if I have the personality test online, a course describing each one of the traits, and then a personalized version of it in a coaching call, it's gonna be a slightly different angle because of the fact that the camera just died. But what I was saying is so I can learn about conscientiousness and industriousness and orderliness, and I can explain that to somebody in a conceptual way. Why is it not fucking charging? But that may not be personalized enough for the person to have it applied for themselves. Like, a general description isn't enough. So then what could actually happen is that could then lead to a call with the person describing their personality, which is something that people could pay for, or people could just be paying for the access to. I think it's more that kind of thing clicking, as well as having something more in a goal-centered way, which I guess are all kind of funnels to the coaching program. But the personality, I think more where I'm going with this is, if I made both courses and made both calls, I could then learn, and like both are relevant to people, I could then learn which one people want more of and then do more of those things. We got to make something to begin with. I need to remember to charge this camera before going so, because I had all the energy and I've lost it. I haven't lost it. I think that was the end of the thought, but I would prefer to finish the end of the thought when I had the energy while I was having the thought initially, and not lose the energy after I finished the thought partially. Oh, that was almost lyrical genius. Partially. And then just get frustrated and it be 30 seconds later. Well, more like a minute. But Clementine Club, thanks for sticking around as always. And remember to believe in yourself, because you're more capable of doing great things than you give yourself credit. I'll talk to you later. But I can't throw this around because it's charged.